South East Water has been busy delivering network sewerage systems to a number of regions within Victoria. Construction of these systems is undertaken by South East Water's alliance partner, US Utility Services. These projects eliminate the problem of failing septic tanks and provide environmental and health benefits to the residents who live in the area. That is why so many people are choosing to make the connection.
The main benefit for the customer is that we take away the maintenance problem for them. Currently they've got to maintain their septic tank, but with connecting to the sewage system, it becomes our problem rather than the customer's problem. So many problems like seepage or dampness is eliminated by connecting to the sewage system. We work very closely with councils to identify areas that need to be sewered and then work closely with them to get those properties connected to the sewage system.
I guess we see the advantages of connecting to the sewer through not having to maintain our current septic system, not having to be concerned about, I guess, any runoff with children present, and I guess the harmful effects that that could potentially have on our family through running a septic system.
With a pressure sewer system, work is done differently. Most of the pipe work is installed by drilling underground and pulling the pipe through. There are not as many trenches needed, which means less impact on driveways, on streets and on the community. With pressure sewers, the mains pass along outside the properties being connected, not through them. And because pressure sewers don't depend on gravity, they don't have to get deeper and deeper to maintain the flow. They can just follow the rise and fall of the terrain. You'll notice too, the pipe going in is quite small compared to conventional sewer pipes. During the construction of pressure sewers, most streets need not be blocked off for long. In fact, most streets don't get blocked off at all, and much smaller patches of ground get dug up. The result is less ground disturbance, less vegetation and paving removal, and less noise. Connecting the tank to the sewer main outside the property is a lot simpler than connections used to be. In most cases, there's again no need to dig trenches. Drilling technology is used, this time from the street to your tank, meaning again there's very little ground disturbance.
This program is part of a wider effort to connect as many customers as possible to our sewage systems. By doing that, we can help the environment. Some septic tank systems can leak, and that causes problems with our bays and our creeks. So working with the EPA, we're wanting as many customers as possible to connect to the sewage systems.
It's important to note that the public health and environmental aspects of wastewater are related. The benefits from reticulated sewage services are quite significant as opposed to on-site systems. Septic systems in themselves will eventually fail at some point in time, and they do therefore present public health and environmental concerns.
The first thing South East Water does is invite everyone to an information session.
We hold a consultative meeting to explain why we are putting sewerage into the town, explain the process and to answer any questions that they may have.
To help with the connection process, South East Water sets up a local office in your area where a liaison team is on hand to answer any questions and organise your connection. Once the mains serving an area are all in place, people can get their properties connected. A connection kit is delivered to properties eligible for connection. Once your application has been made, what's the next step in the process? Well, the first question is, where do you want your tank to go? A surveyor will come to discuss that with you and draw up a plan for the installers.
Running straight through there like that.
One question not to be overlooked is, if I put the tank here now, how would that affect what I might want to do in the future?
When we made our initial inquiries, we had an appointment with the consultants. They came out and spoke to us in our backyard and looked at where the tank might be sited, and the original plan was quite close to the house where all the plumbing was coming out. But as we discussed our plans for putting on an extension and a decking area, they were really helpful in advising us to move the tank. So we looked around, discussed it, and we came up with 2 options and then picked the one that best suited us and our future plans, which was really great. It made the whole process really easy.
Over the past few years, South East Water has installed pressure sewerage systems in many communities. Our aim is to involve the residents and take notice of their wishes and concerns throughout the process. We have received positive feedback from many residents who have connected to the system, and the environmental and health benefits will now be enjoyed by their community.